Hello, my people. So, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to take a moment to tell you about some exciting things that are going on. So first, I wanted to tell you about this book that I read. Well, I listened to the audiobook. If you guys are not listening to audiobooks, you definitely should be, because audiobooks, if you don't have time to read a book, if you don't have time to just sit down and do that one thing and read a book, then you should be listening to audiobooks or podcasts, because you can do these while you're on your way to work or school. You can do it while you're cleaning your house, like really while you're just doing anything. I do it when I take my dogs on a walk and I'll listen to an audiobook or a podcast. I'll do it while I'm doing the dishes, doing the laundry. I'll do it on my way to school or work. I really am a firm advocate for podcasts and audiobooks. If you're a lifelong learner like I am, then you definitely should be investing your time and energy into that. So anyways, let me tell you about a few audiobooks that I've listened to recently that I love. So this is my phone right now. If you can see, I don't know, you can. It's all cracked. Yeah, so I had my case on it and I had my screen cover on it. I dropped my phone breaks, screen cracks to shambles, screen protector perfectly fine, and case still fine. So explain that to me. Anyways, so let's see here. Okay, so I use the Amazon Audible, and this is not sponsored or anything. This is just what I like to listen to. But if you subscribe to Audible. If you subscribe to Audible, it's $14 a month, and you get 1 free credit per month, or 2, I can't remember. And you can buy any book that you want, and then all the other books that you buy are 30% off regular price, which is a really awesome deal. So the first one that I got was, so it's called yeah, my screen is jacked. So I'm gonna put up a little picture right here. The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. And this is it's like a Japanese magic of tidying up. And basically she goes, okay, so you tidy up your life, and it's by getting rid of a whole bunch of stuff. And I've been really obsessed with this whole minimalism thing, and I've been really looking into it. And when I watched my first documentary about minimalism, I was like, yeah, that's cool, but not really for me. No thanks. I love my things. I like my stuff. But then I started, reading more about it and learning more about it. And basically what Marie Kondo talks about is how the stuff around you really affects you, and it is a direct representation of how your life's going. And I've always been a firm advocate of, for me it's always been whatever my purse and the inside of my purse looks like is a direct representation of how my life's going. So if my purse inside is a mess and there's receipts and papers and things just thrown all in there, then probably my life is a mess right now. But if it's all organized, I have everything in its little pouch and, all great and good to go, then I probably am doing pretty good in my life right now, I guess. But, so what this is about changing your environment so that the only things around you are things that bring you joy and that you absolutely love. So everything gives off this energy, right? And not to get all woo-woo on you, but everything around you has its energy, and when you surround yourself by a bunch of stuff that you don't necessarily love, you're gonna feel that energy within yourself. So, okay, let me give you a prime example of this. Okay, so my prime example of this is, I'm going to use this spoon as an example. And I know it seems silly, but just hear me out. Okay, so why do I still have this spoon? This spoon, if anyone has a garbage disposal, they can attest to this, that sometimes your spoon gets stuck in the garbage disposal and then you turn it on and you hear the and then you turn it off really quick and then you have to like reach your hand down there and you're really freaked out, but then you do it anyways. And this happened to this spoon, and if you can see, I don't know if it'll, but if you can see right here and around there, the spoon kind of got all beaten up, and so it's kind of sharp around, like it's not like sharp, but it's kind of sharp around there, so when you eat with it you can feel it. And so every time I go in the drawer to go get a spoon, I always feel, I brought this other spoon, I always feel around the edges to make sure it's not the sharp, jaggedy one. Why do I still have this spoon? I hate it, I don't like it, I don't ever use it, so why do I still have it? It just sits in there. And what if happened if I would open a drawer to see only nice, shiny, clean, non-jaggedy spoons in there? There's so many things that you're like, oh, I hate this shirt. That gives me another example. There's this one shirt that I love, so cute, it's totally my style, and I love it. But every time I put it on, it's a little tight around my arm, and the bottom of it like kind of like flares out in this kind of funky way that doesn't really like look too good on me. And I've worn it a couple times, but every time I put it on, I end up taking it off. But I never end up throwing it away. Why do I not throw it away? Why do I keep the shirt that I know that doesn't look that good on me and doesn't fit me well? Why do I keep it? I shouldn't be keeping it. So, I am on this journey. So first thing of my journey is I'm gonna clear my space. And if I I'll show you my space right now. My space this is the truth about, here's my closet. This is the truth of what's behind the camera. That's the truth. Like all these YouTubers, you think they have their life together because they have this oh so pretty little backdrop. Which, do you like my backdrop now? I figured something out. But you think it's all so nice and clean, but really it's not. And all this stuff behind the camera is a mess and a disaster. So now that I'm being completely open and honest with you about what my life looks like at this very exact moment, I am now starting this journey of cleaning up and tidying up my space. I'm going to try to convert my space to the most minimalistic space as possible. I'm going to link the book down below, and I'm going to link the audiobook actually down below, and you should listen to it. It's a really, really easy, kind of quick listen. But she goes through the steps of getting your life together, and there's a system to it. Let me show you the system. Okay, so here's the Marie Marie method, which is a combination of her name combined, and there's basically just a few steps. You do your clothing, books, papers, miscellaneous, and then sentimental items for last. That's because sentimental items are usually the hardest to do. So you start with your clothing and you throw every single piece of clothing into a pile in the middle of the floor, and you grab each piece of clothing and you say, does this inspire joy? Does this spark joy? Yes or no? And if it does, you keep it. If it doesn't, you get rid of it. No questions asked. Have you ever heard the saying, how does it go? Oh, out of sight, out of mind? Well, that's very true. If you don't see your things, out of your mind, and you don't even remember that you have them. So there's a certain method that you fold everything, put everything back that you can see everything. And whenever I go through my journey tomorrow, I'm going to be showing you all this stuff. Ideally, you're supposed to be able to do this in one day. I don't know if it's going to be one day for me. I mean, I'm going to try. If you're watching this a little later, I am going to post a new video. So look for that in the link below if you're watching this a little bit further from when I posted it. So that is all for today. Thank you for listening. I hope you're so excited to start this KonMari method with me. I loved the book. Definitely check out the book below, and maybe check out the audiobook if you haven't ever tried that before. But until then, bye.